Welcome back to another edition of TCM Graduate TV. I'm Ken Sosefsik, registered acupuncturist. This is episode 119, and today we have a very big, heavy hitter, GB20. So in the last episode, I spoke on GB12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, not really using them in the clinic. Now, of course, we should know where they are for practical purposes in the clinic. In case that a patient has an ache or pain and we want to go local, we can use an acupuncture point instead of perhaps an asha point. And of course, we need to know them for exam purposes. But in terms of heavy hitters, those acupuncture points that are knocking out all the problems that our patients are coming in with, GB20 is a heavy hitter. Let's get into why. So one of the first reasons is that it expels external wind. Any wind cold, any wind heat, GB20 is the very first acupuncture point that I'm thinking of. And of course, if it is like a wind cold, we're going to be GB20 and then Li4 lung 7. If it's a wind heat, we're going to be a GB20 and Li4 and a trope warmer 5. Now, GB20 is not only good for external wind, it's very good to pacify internal wind. Now, if you remember the theory, the whole idea of why internal wind can happen, of course, we have stirring of liver wind, so we might have to calm liver qi stagnation. GB41 is also very good for this. But there's sometimes the case where there's not enough blood. So we have a blood deficiency, and that allows wind to reside in the vessel. So we want to jack up those blood stores so that wind has no place to reside in the vessels, is how we say it. So we can use some sea of blood and influential blood acupuncture points. Of course, we can tonify liver blood by using the mother point and the best acupuncture point to tonify liver blood, liver 8. And of course, spleen creates blood from the food that we eat. So a liver 8 and a spleen 6 are phenomenal. Let's erase this and continue on with GB20. Of course, GB20 is very good for headache of any kind. We can add large intestine 4, the Kier command point for head and face. Of course, we're going to be looking to see what the root concern is, and we can add those acupuncture points in as well. Concussion, whiplash, two really great reasons that I use GB20. Dizziness is a big one. And dizziness is a big one for two reasons. One, could have dizziness due to wind. However, could be due, thinking on a little bit of a Western slant here, could be thinking that there's any concerns with any EENT. So anytime I'm working with a patient's eye, ear, nose, throat issue, GB20 is in the mix. We had an amazing guest professor visiting from China when I went to acupuncture college and in Calgary, and she had us get up in front of the class and teach case studies, and we ended up debating them. And kind of the running joke was every single time in her class we would always say, even if the acupuncture point wasn't in there or maybe even needed at that time, we'd say, and GB20, and we would kind of get everybody laughing, and we get those bonus marks from Dr. Yan. So GB20 is not a Kier command point. Kier command point is large intestine 4, for head and face, lung 7 for head and neck, stomach 36 for abdomen, and UB40 for low back. In China, they often teach that for upper limb it's PC6 and lower limb it's GB21. However, GB20 is almost a key or command point for anything going on above the neck. So there you have it. GB20 is a super heavy hitter in my clinic, and I'll post a link in the description. Miriam Lee, she had her top 5 acupuncture points, and I did a video just inspired by her work on my top 5 acupuncture points, and GB20 is in that list. Just want to remind you that safety is king, bedside manner is king, and results are king in that order. Thanks for watching this video.